Hallo, dit is Frank Zappa en mijn naam is Jan Donkers. Ik wou Frank, voordat hij begint te spelen, nog even wat vraagjes stellen. Frank, in a certain way it's surprising to see you back again, because last year it was announced that the Motels had broken up. Why did you break up the group in the first place last year?
Do you really want me to tell you, or just want something entertaining?
Well, tell me. Lots of people are interested.
Well, there are a whole bunch of reasons. It may interest you to learn that the last Mothers of Invention tour with the old personnel came out $10,000 in debt at the end of the tour. That's one of the reasons. Let's hear it for the Mothers of Invention.
What was the tour, in America?
Yeah, it was an American tour, and I must say we definitely weren't going first class any place, but we just had a very high overhead, a lot of equipment to drag around, and
America doesn't like you, probably.
Not quite as much as here.
Aren't you concerned about your anti-American image then?
Well, not enough to be dangerous.
Frank vertelt dus dat hij voorlopig niet meer zal toeren in Amerika en dat hij vorig jaar zijn groep ontbond omdat er een enorme schuld ontstaan was. A lot of happier question. Why did you form another group then this year?
Oh, I thought it'd be fun.
Okay.
Let's hear it for positivity.
You're going to tour Europe then, but not America with this group?
No, we did a couple of jobs in the United States before we came here, and we have about 4 more after we go back. But they're all in nice places, so it'll be real easy.
A few years ago you told me that you were planning to live in Amsterdam for a while. Have you any plans in this direction now?
Well, if they do, there's talk about doing 200 motels on VPRO television, and at that time I was thinking about living here for about a month prior to the production of the show.
When will it be, you know?
December, I think.
December dus waarschijnlijk 200 motels, het grote muziekwerk van Frank Zappa hier in Nederland zal waarschijnlijk voor VPRO televisie en radio.
It hasn't been set yet.
No. I just I said probably.
Well, how was I to know?
Yeah. There's another question about this. You know, on the cover of your first album, there was this quote from the man who said, "I'm gonna make you guys as big as the Turtles."
That's right.
You think you're as big as the Turtles now then, with 2 people from the Turtles in your group?
Well, it helps a lot if you want to be as big as the Turtles to have some Turtles in your band.
All right, Frank, right on, Frank, right on.
Take it away, Turtles.
If I promise you to make you as big as the Rascals now, what do you do then?
That'll be, well, I don't know. We'll get Dino Danelli on drums.
Can you please introduce the members of your group to the people and tell them what was the last group they played in?
Sure.
Things?
Here they are, the Turtles, down here, ladies and gentlemen. Mark and Howie in the brightly colored uniforms. Carefully concealed behind them amid the shrubbery and electronics is Ian Underwood. Formerly of the Mothers of Invention. Ainsley Dunbar, formerly of this blues band they used to have. Ainsley Dunbar Retaliation, and what was that other one called? A Blue Whale? Yep, that one too. And Jeffrey Swouvette Simmons on electrical bass, who was formerly employed as the leader of a group from Seattle called the Easy Chair, ladies and gentlemen. And over here in the background we have George Duke. Take it away, George. George Duke records for World Pacific, and he has his own ensemble known as the George Duke Trio. And you may be familiar with his work with the Don Ellis Orchestra and also with John-Luc Ponty.
Oh, great.
Jazz violinist.
Final question. Your friend Captain Beefheart says he comes from Mars. Where do you come from?
Well, I don't want you to hold it against me, but I come from the United States.
Oh,
We have a new personnel for the Mothers of Invention. It consists of the 2 lead singers from the Turtles, Mark and Howie, a man named Jeff Simmons. Has his album come out here? He has an album on Straight. Do you know about that?
I don't think so.
Jeff Simmons is a very talented songwriter and bass player. He also plays guitar and piano. And he has a new album coming out called Lucille Has Messed My Mind Up. He's our bass player and comic relief. And Ainsley Dunbar on drums, and a black jazz pianist from San Francisco named George Duke. He has recorded in the past with Jean-Luc Ponty. Do you know his work? French jazz violinist.
No,
Yeah.
fortunately not.
And with his own trio, he records for World Pacific Records in the United States. And Ian Underwood is on saxophone and keyboards. Did I mention the drums?
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
Yeah.
you did. And
Got 7 pieces.
mhm. When did you start working together with that group?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Fantastic. And the group Hot Rats, it was only temporary.
No, the new format that I'm working with now is that if I want to form a group called the Mothers of Invention, I'll stick anybody in it if I want to. Just whoever happens to be right for the type of work that we're doing. Like, for instance, if I'm going to do a concert with a symphony orchestra, and I don't necessarily want to do a lot of vocals with the orchestra, then I don't bring the Turtles along. Or I'll add some brass players to the group or something like that. And if I have occasion to play a job with a small group, like 4 or 5 pieces, where I'm just going to play the guitar, I'll bring along an instrumentation like Hot Rats. So it gives me a little bit more artistic flexibility, you might say.
There isn't any change in the musical style in bringing together different pieces which sometimes sound dissonant, with difficult bars and a lot of breaks in it, and the very complex figuration of the whole thing.
Well, I tell you, it still is complex. The only difference is that in the old Mothers music, the way the material was performed, there would be sections that would be in a normal 4/4 time, and that would continue, say, for about 60 seconds. And you'd have difficult areas that would be inserted in there, and so it would break up that straight structure. And ordinarily, the sections where it was just 4/4 time would be played very straight, definite on beat, to make more of a contrast between the simpler sections and the difficult ones. Now, it's like, even during the 4/4 sections, the rhythm is so elaborate, you know, there's just more notes per bar, because Ainsley is an excellent drummer, and he just really fills it up. And the group has a lot more swing to it now, I think. Or more rock, or whatever you want to call it. More boogie.
Do you think that that by now might be a change in the audience, that during the recent 2 years, kind of differentiation in the taste of the young audience